Greetings, it's Ian from RTO. Welcome to Marathon Wednesday, the day we take on those big catalogues. And today we've got a request, and it's for, we've got to get this right, Isildurs Bane. They're from Sweden. They're a prog band known for complex compositions and an innovative approach to the music. Their sound has evolved that includes classical, jazz, avant-garde music. So they're from, as I said, they're from Sweden, formed by Mats Johansson and guitarist Cheval or Cheval Severinsen and bassist Iain Severinsen. The name comes from J.R.R. Tolkien's epic fantasy of Lord of the Rings. Isildurs Bane refers to one ring. The choice reflects the band's penchant and intricate storytelling and grandism themes. Yes. Now we have touched on these before because when we did Peter Hamill, because I have worked with Peter Hamill, I've worked with other people as well, and they've managed to put together 14 albums over the years. Some of them are a bit strange, but there are some really good ones out there as well. So I'm going to apologise for my Swedish pronunciations because I'm not quite sure how to pronounce some of these names. So, as I said, 14 albums, and we're going to start off at number 14 with an album from 2003, and they did this with Metamorfosi Trio, and it's called Mind Volume 3. So, Isildurs Bane are Jonas Christophs, Matt Johansson, Cheval Severinsen, and Metamorfosi Trio are Christian Sagisi, Luca Cabrisi, and Franco Fagrilio. So it's the first side of the album's called the Octagon, and it's 20 minutes long, but it's into like split up. So the first one is called the Keel. Now it's very strange, this one. Whatever they're speaking in Swedish, I don't understand it. Lots of drum noises, tuning up, the sales, just sound bites of cellos and trumpets, nothing musical about it. The Coachman, now this is a little bit more coherent. There's got some nice guitar on it and a little bit of trumpet. The Sculptor, it's weird, it's these random trumpets all over the place. The Lyre, not keen on this, it just doesn't do anything, it's very boring. And then we have a thing called the Pendulum. I wonder sometimes if this is music or not. Sobieski's Shield, this is more like it. It's like a bit of a soundtrack. It's very short. The Stern, probably the best bit of the whole piece. There's a little bit of singing on it. It sounds quite good. And then they have the other part, which is called L'Evento, which is 53 minutes. So we got the Universe. This is 6 minutes of absolute dirge. There's no point with this. It's awful. The Inception, it's a little bit better. It's got a little bit of a tune to it, but not much. Rewind, sound bites of this, sound bites of that. There's nothing for me. The Journey, this is the one of the long pieces on here, but it's the best. It's got some nice structure. I don't like it. It's quite mystique. The Puppet Dance, it's just I couldn't listen to all of that. The History, this reminds me of a school band practicing. Not very good. Capital Punishment is just full of lots of weird noises. Exodus, it's not a bad song. It's a little bit better. Cosmos, it's got some nice guitar in it. Unfortunately, this is one album that I'll never go back to. I don't like it. There's one or two bits on here that are okay, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 1 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 13 from 1997, we have Mind Volume 1. We've got Johannes, Matt, Joachim Gustafsson on here, Fredrik Elmerson, Kjell Severinson, Claes Arneson on here, and they all play with different instruments. And the first track is called The Flight, Onward Phases 1 to 5. This is not what I'll call a song, it's a collection of little pieces put together. It's got one or two little bits, but it's quite irritable, to be quite honest. Ataxia. There's some nice violin on this, and there's a bit of singing. It's okay. It's quite a short piece. In the State of Comprehension. Sounds too much like the last track. It's no difference. The Pilot, I like this. It's got a lovely piece of flute music in it. Very focused, and it's got a nice guitar solo on it. Unity, I like this. It's a very gentle piano, and it does work well. Opportunistic War, phases 1 to 2. Not keen on this. Everyone seems to be playing their own thing. No cohesion. Histolic Medicine. One of the long tracks on here, probably one of the best ones. It's got a bit of cohesion, it flows alright, it's not too bad. Then we have A Blank Page. It's got atmosphere, there's some nice guitar work on it. It's not a bad track. There are some really good tracks on here, I must admit, but there is a lot of bizarre. But the stuff that I do like, I really did like, so I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 5 out of 10. Coming in at number 12 from 2003, Mind Volume 4, Pass. We've got Mariette Hansen on vocals, Christoph Jepsen vocals, Johannes Christoph guitars, Matt Johansson synths, theremin, vocoder, Joachim Gustafsson violin, Lena Olsen cello, Fredrik Johansson the bass, Kjell Severinson drums, Claes Arneson glockenspiel. So again, this is split up into things. The first part is called Iain. It's split up. So Halo is it's a chilling vocal from here. It's very short. Heel, not too bad. That it's focused. It actually sounds like a decent track. Fury. I love the strings in this. It's quite dramatic. Cage. This is very psychedelic. It's got some really good tones on it. I do like that. And then we get Hope, and the first bit of Hope is Arch. The strings are okay, but everything else isn't good. This has got a real nice ambient sound to it. I like the tones on this. Very good little track. Then we have Open, a short piece. It's dreamy. I like the keyboards. I love the tones on that. Again, it's really good. But my favourite track on here is a thing called Eyes. It's got a killer guitar solo on it, and it's one of the best track from this sort of Mind sort of series. Then we have Fear, and the first bit of Fear is Self. I like the strings in this. It gives it this eeriness to it. It's really good. Idea, second favourite track on this album. I like the vocals, a nice bit of music. Talk, it's short, but it's atmospheric and ambient with some nice guitar work. Rage, a modern prog track, really good. I love the drumming on that. Then we have another section called Pass, and the first bit of that is Part. Very weird, quite funny and bizarre sort of track. Dark, it's a bit of a jumbled up thing, that is. Loss, again, it's all jumbled up and ends. There's some nice strings to end this with some nice piano. Of all these Mind albums, it's the best one. It's got some decent tracks on it, but it's still pretty below par for me, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 11 is the album, one of the albums we've already done on the channel, and it's one of them they did with Peter Hamel in Amazonia. So you got Peter Hamel on vocals, Samuel Holvest on guitar, Karin Nawagara voice, Matt Johansson of course is on here, Katrine Almsager's keyboards, Luca Calabre's trumpet, Elizabeth Lamschamp's violin, Axel Cronet bass, Kjell Severinson on drums and percussion, Claes Anderson on the marimba. So the first track on here is before you know it. There's little bits of electronic on here. Peter's great on it. I don't mind it. Under the Current, very ambient. A super vocal from Peter Hamill. It's sort of that Van de Graaff generator feel to it. It's excellent. Aguirre, not keen on this. The vocals are a little bit off from Peter. This is where this is very sort of new wave. Got a great bass line. The glockenspiel works wonderfully. I do like it. It's an excellent vocal. The Day's Done. It's a little bit long, but the piano in the middle's brilliant, and you got a lovely vocal from Peter as usual. And the last track, The Bird Has Flown, I found this pretty irritating. I remember listening the first time, I thought, oh dear, and I still don't like it. Irritates you. Has this changed since I last listened to it? Yeah, I've sort of got used to it a little bit. It's a little bit different, so I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 10 from 1989, it's called Cheval, Volonté de rocher. On here we've got Tommy Nielsen on guitar, Mats Johansson keyboards, Jan Severinsen on the keyboards, Bengt Johansson electronic winds, Christian Jerhoff orchestral arrangements, Fredrik Yannick on the bass, and I'm going to call him KJ because I don't know how to pronounce his name, Severinsen on the drums as ever. So first track on this one is called Initiation. Love the drumming on here from K-Gel. Oh yeah, it's K-Gel. Look, it's some really weird keyboards in it though, but it's okay. The Find, it's a short little piece. It's the sort of thing you find on one of the later Mike Oldfield albums sort of sound. It's not too bad. The Interpreter comes next. I love the trumpet sound at the beginning. It's like a fanfare, and then it goes into this real jazz prog fusion thing. Really good. Some more excellent drumming from K-Gel. Excellent track. The next track is called 33 Years. This is my favourite track. It's a combination of a sort of classical music at the beginning, and then you go into this sort of jazzy prog. It's got a great guitar solo on it. It's a really good track. Then we have the Ciceron, another good track with an excellent guitar solo. I like how the pace and the mood changes through this song. The Aged, excellent track. Flutes, some lovely flute on here. It's like speaking down the flute like Ian Anderson does. It really is a good track. Then we have Present, a little bit disjointed, interesting time signature to it then. And the last track, The Eighth Wonder, it's a 2-minute track with lots of horns and like a pageant sort of thing. This is an interesting album. It's got a mixture of prog and classical and traditional sort of sounds. I really enjoy this album, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6.6. Need a drink. I've got a bit of a groggy throat today. That's better. Gesundheit. Okay, coming in at number 9. This is the most current album, and it's another collaboration, and they did this one, Iain Wild, and it's called The Pearl of Ever-Changing Shell, and it came out in 2024. So you've got Iain Wild on vocals, Catherine Amster keyboards, Klaas Arneson on marimba and vibes, Luke Calabrese on the trumpet, Axel Krone on bass, Samuel Halgsvist on electric guitar, Mats Johansson keyboards, Elizabeth Lamschret on viola, violin and viola, Jan Severinsen live sound, and KJ K-Gel on the drums. The first track is my favourite track. It's a bit of an epic called Rise. It starts off weird, but it's got such an ambience. The vocals are great. I love the textures of the keyboards. The drums are good. Excellent track. Sign of the Times, The Calling is now next. Love the start of this. It's got lots of sound effects, creaking doors, but then it goes into a lot of rock guitar, and it really is good. Then we have Born Afraid, The Binding, another ambient song. I love the harmony singing on it. It's the highlight of the song. It really lifts the track. Sailing Home, the following. Ambient again. I do like this ambient atmospheric stuff. It's got some lovely tones again. Avalon, The Knowing. The strings give it that extra layer. It's a wonderful track. Lifetimes, The Remembering. The piano at the is really good. There's a little bit of echo on that piano as well, which gives it a little bit of eeriness. The track builds up, and it's a great track to end the album. A really good album. Lots of experimental on here, but it is an excellent album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.8. Coming in at number 8 from 1987, we have 8 Moments of Eternity. Matt Nilsson is on here, acoustic and electric guitars. Matt Johansson, keyboards and synths. Jan Severinsen on flute, synth and vibes marimba. Birgent Johansson, alto sax percussion. Fredrik Yannick on acoustic and electric basses. Kjell Severinsen on drums and electronic Simon drums. Yes, my favourite instrument. So the first track on here is called Lady in Green. It's a lovely piece of music. The drum's not too bad on that one. The Factory Man, oh dear, the 80s drums. Oh, the Simmons electronic drums. Yes, good track though. Benoni, excellent marimba on this. I do like a little bit of marimba. It's got a nice vibe to it. The Second Step, it's got a very regal feel to this. Some nice guitar on it. Very Mike Oldfield again. Hippie, Happy Hip Hop. Very 80s sound. It's probably the worst track on the album. In the same class. This sounds like a theme from an 1980s American cop show. I quite like it though. It's a bit cheesy, but then we have Gil or Gil. Bad production. It's got that nasty 80s sound on it. Yes. Above the Roofs. It's not too bad. It's got very dated guitar solo on it. It does sound dated, but it works for the time. It's not a bad album. It just hasn't travelled well. It's stuck in the 80s, this one. But at the time, it would have been, I think, a bit initiative. So I'm going to actually give it an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 7 from 1985, we have Sea Reflections. So it's Matt Nilsson on guitars, Matt Johansson piano, Mellotron's on here, excellent. Jan Severinsen on the Roland Juno synth vibes and marimba, Birgent Johansson on the saxophones, Stigl Luflof, something like that, on the bass, Kjell on the drums, and we've got guests Christian Gearhoff on the trombone and Jan Ove Nilsson trumpet and flugelhorn. First track is my favourite track, and it's called A Blizzard. Very 80s, but it's got some excellent saxophone on it, and it really works. Excellent track. Then we have Batsiba. Good track. The bass and guitar is excellent on here. It's quite funky. I don't mind that one. Sea Reflections Part 1. Once again, we've got a lovely saxophone. It's got a very 80s vibe, but it's not too bad. Sea Reflections Part 2. This is with, instead of having dominated by saxophone, it's got some really nice guitar tones. I do like that. Poseidon, it's very jazzy, but it's stuck in 1982. When I looked at this album, you got to remember this was, I looked at it from that perspective, and it's quite good for the time. Then we have Bilbo. It's okay. It's got some lovely saxophone on it again. Top Secret UFO. The vibraphone and the sax works well together. It's a weird combination, but it works. Then we have The Story of Chester and Sylvester. Love the drumming on this. It's really good. Even though it's a little bit 80s, it's a very good drum beat, and it is a little bit dated. Just like the 8 Moments of Eternity, it's got some great tracks. It's a little dated. I think it still works, so it's a very clever little album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.2. Okay, coming in at number 6. From 2017, we have Off the Radar. Samuel Hoggsfisk on guitar, Matt Johansson's on the synths, Nord, Katrine Almser keyboards, Axel Krone bass, Luca Calbrasi on the trumpet, Kjell Severinsen on the drums, Klaas Arneson marimbas, and Tom Thompson glockenspiel. So the first track is called Drive, parts 1 to 3. Great track. I love the mist. It's got that mystical east feel to it. I love that sort of thing. The sounds are good. It's a really good track. Off the Radar. Some nice keyboard work in here. The guitar work is super as well. It's a very, very good track. Under Your New Moon. A little bit weird in places, but the bit in the middle is really super. You know, they took some of that weirdness off the Mind albums and just incorporated it in the track, and it works like that. It quite gives it bit thing. Then we have Zenith. It's a strange track. The first half is as weird, but about 4 minutes in, it's 10 minutes long. It really comes to life. It's so ambient and it's very dreamy. But my favourite track on here is a little track called Goodbye Berlin. The guitars are lovely, and there's a lovely keyboard sequence through this. It keeps coming in and out of the track, really adds to it. Then we have Endless Air. This is a bit of this, a bit of that. But the best bit on this is the flugelhorn. Yes. This is not a bad album. There's a couple of tracks on here that are a bit strange, but it's really well put together. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.3. Okay, coming in at number 5 is another collaboration they did with Peter Hammill, and it's called Indisquiblium, and it came out in 2021. So Peter Hammill does the vocals and guitars again. We've got Katrine Almser on keyboards, Klaas Arneson on marimba, Luca Calbrasi on the trumpet, Axel Krone on the bass, Samuel Hoggsfisk electric guitar, Mats Johansson on the keyboards, Elizabeth Lamprecht on violins and violas, Jan Severinsen the live sound, whatever that is, and Kjell Severinsen on the drums. The first part is it's the title track, Indisquiblium. Part 1, I love this. It's a great vocal from Peter, some lovely marimba on it and vibes, very cleverly put together. Part 2, probably Peter's one of his best vocals on this. The marimbas are great, the drumming's very solid, but the favourite part, and it's my favourite part on the whole album, is part 3. The marimbas work in there. It's got a nice bass line, and you've got Peter's unique vocal on it. It's a terrific little track. Then we have Gently, which is Step by Step part 1. A little short piece, some nice keyboards on there. The sound effects are good. I love the little piano bit on that. Part 2, it sort of carries on, and this is sort of a very sort of modern sort of Peter Hammill solo stuff with his vocal style. I love the use of the marimba throughout this album, and it really works on that track. Then we get Step by Step part 3. It's a little bit of interlude. It sort of sits between parts 2 and parts 4, and it goes lovely into part 4. The last bit, it's got one of Peter Hamill's little off-key singing, which I do love, and I like this. Once again, a very clever put together album. You know, working with Peter Hammill, great stuff for them, and I really enjoy this album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.4. Coming in at number 4, it's another collaboration that Isildurs Bane did in 2017, and they did it with Mr. Steve Hogarth, singer of Marillion. and it's called Colours Not Found in Nature. So you've got Steve Hogarth on the vocals, you've got Samuel Haldfisk on guitars, Christian Sagezi on classical guitar, Katrine Almser on keyboards, Matt Johansson on synthesizers, Luca Calabresi on the trumpet as ever, Axel Krone on he does bass, clarinets, flutes, string arrangements, Kjell on the drums, Klaus on percussion. So the first track is my favourite track, and it's called Ice Pop. It's a fantastic track. I think Steve brought a lot of his influence on this album. It's a great track. It's a brilliant vocal from Steve Hogarth. I really like that track. Then the Ramden Fires. I don't know. Steve Hogarth is a versatility singer. He sings everything. It's another fantastic song. It's a very ambient track as well. Then we have Peripheral Vision. I'd say this is my least favourite track on here. It's a bit ploddy, but it's Steve Hogarth's vocal delivery that sort of brings it to life. The Love and the Fair. It's a little bit too long, but halfway through it really does lighten up. At the beginning, Steve Hogarth's vocals are a little bit boring, to be quite honest, but then all of a sudden he comes into life. Diamonds and Amnesia. This is a fantastic vocal from Steve Hogarth. Really brings the cards to the table on that track. And the last track is Incandescent. A great track to end the album. Great musicianship and a fine vocal from Steve. I think it's a good album. I think Steve Hogarth brought a lot to this album. If it weren't for his vocals, I think it would have been a bit dreary. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, top three. Coming in at number 3 from 1992, The Voyage, A Trip to Elsewhere. We got Bo and Roth guitar, Matt Johansson's keyboards and vocoder, Christian Jerhoff on keyboards and arrangements, Fredrik Imleson on the bass, Kjell Semson on the drums. This is split up as well. We got Volume 1, and it's The Voyage Part 1, The Adventure of the Whirling Delirium. Some great phases in this. The guitar work is excellent. It's fun, then it's sad. It's an excellent opening track. The Voyage Part 2, A Telescope and a Hot Air Balloon. Kjell's drumming on this is excellent. I love his time signature on this. It's got some great playing on it as well. Then we have Pick a Set, First Walk. There's a bit of penny whistle on this. The piano is good. It's a sort of an instrumental with a bit of vocally on it. It really works. Then we get the La Sangra Familia Eldea. Very choral, but the flute on this is excellent. Then we have Jazz Younger House. It's a dreamy track with some excellent saxophone on it. I really like that. Then we have Passaquette's Second Walk. The bass on this is terrific. It really drives the song along. It's a little bit of flute on there. It's a really nice track. Then we have La Sangaria Familia Latard. Just like the first part. It's really nice. This is quite operatic as well. Then we've got Volume 2, and it starts off The Voyage Part 3, Wild as a Toad. It's my favourite track on here. It's the best part of the Voyage trilogy. It's got a real modern day prog to it, and then all of a sudden the classical side comes in with a sort of a light, soft concerto piano, and then it goes straight back into the prog. It's an excellent track. Then we get Passaquette, the third walk of this movement. It's my favourite. It's just a lovely piano piece. It's absolutely delightful. Then we get the Sangria Familia La Noche. a little bit different from the other two. There's some wonderful drumming in this. It keeps coming in and out, randomly thrown in, but it works. Then we have a thing called Nimis, Wotan's Tower. Beautiful flute work on this. It's ambient, and I love the guitar solo. Then we have La Sangaria Familia Lamanda. Another fine sort of choral sounds, and then the last part of the Voyage, part 4, the magnificent giant battles. The first 3 minutes of this is totally weird. It's the last 3 minutes that are pretty good. It's a funny track to end the album, to be quite honest. It's just one of those albums you must listen all the way through because you just can't pick random tracks. I quite like this, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7.7. Okay, coming in at number 2 from 1988. It's Sagan o ringen, something like that. There's the title. I'll put it up because it's a very, my Swedish is not brilliant, is it? We have Mats Nilsson on here on the guitars, Matt Johansson on keyboards and vocals, Jan Severson on flutes and synthesizers and vibes, glockenspiel, Fredrik Janken on bass, Ingvar Jansson does a bit of bass, and Moog Cheval on the drums as usual, and Bengt Johansson joins in with a bit of percussion. Now, this is the first one is Overture, and it is an Overture. This is a stunning piece of work. The guitar and drumming is so gentle, but the keyboards underneath give it sort of that atmosphere. Then we have Vandering, a really nice song. I don't understand the lyrics because I don't understand, but it really is. I think it's a bit of a folk song. Then we have Galmat Sagan. The vocal is great, even though I don't understand it, but I like the pipes on it. That I don't know what instrument it is. It's a sort of, it does sound like a Swedish folk song. It's a really nice song as well. Then we have Tom Bombadil. The bass line on this is terrific. I love the drumming. It's a very fantastic track. Then Vidstige. The bass line again is great. And then you've got some delicate touches on the drums here. The vocal performance is great, even though I don't understand a word of it. But my favourite track on here is a thing called De Savata Renatana. I think it's probably some of the best drumming I've heard from Cheval. There's a lovely flute as well, and it's sort of once it bursts into the track, it's really good. Then we have a little short thing called Venatadal. Lovely acoustic guitar, and I do like that. Then we have Moira. It's random with bits of saxophone, and another great piece of drumming on that. Sal Capep's Apollo-sling. Some nice guitar work on here, crisp, excellent. Ringendas Harkser number 1. Love that deep growl vocal at the beginning. It's eerie. It's a nice ambient track as well. Then we have a thing called Ringaris Harksara 2, and it sort of carries on. It's a short piece and some nice guitar work to end the album. Now this one doesn't sound dated as some of the other 80s albums. It's a really good track. There's not a bad track on here, so I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. But the number 1 is their debut from 1984, and it's called Sagan om den Irländska älgen, something like that. I do apologise for our friends in Scandinavia that my pronunciations are not very good. So it's Matt Nilsson, Matt Johansson, Jan Severson, Bengt Johansson, Ingvar Johansson, Cheval Severson, and Annie Nilsson. So the opening track is split up into thing, and it is the Sagan om den. It's the overture. It's a little piece. It's got some nice flutes and bass. It's got an 80s prog feel to it without that 80s sound. It's excellent. Then it goes into Saga Ella Ventket. I love this. The bass is wonderful. It's a bass sort of solo. Wonderful piece of music. And then we have Uv P. I love the voice effect and the flute on this. It all seems to work. It's all mystique and fantasy and this. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's Sex Minuter. I think this is great. It's got some lovely glockenspiel on it. It's got some lovely fluty sounds. You just float away with that one. But my favourite bit, and it's my favourite bit on here, is a thing called En Viljar Ataleba. Very folky. It's a fine vocal, even though I don't know what they're singing about. It's very dramatic. It feels a lot of passion into that. It's a great piece. And then the finale is called Inventens Visum. The bass again just dominates. The drumming is super in this, and it's all centered around the bass and drums. It's an excellent piece of music. The second track is called Marlborough Blues. Very jazzy. The horns are brilliant, and I love Cheval's drumming on this. Fantastic track. And the last track is called Frederick. It's got a little bit of Hammond organ in it. Oh, does it sound rich? It's very intricate. The vibraphone is wonderful as well. It gives it some real good texture. It's just a fantastic track. This is an excellent album from top to bottom. It's another one you play from top to bottom you don't just pick tracks. Again, it doesn't sound dated. It's just a fabulous piece of music all the way through. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.2. So there we go. I've really enjoyed listening to this band. I mean, I always said that I'd go back and do them when I did it with Peter Hamill. The Mind albums I weren't too keen on, but the rest of it are some really nice pieces of music. Okay, that's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow, and we've got the first semi-final of Battle Royale, and it's an all new order. Blue Monday versus Bizarre Love Triangle, and tomorrow's pick and mix is in the camera's view, and we've got a great DVD that came out from Uriah Heep, and it's called The Magician's Birthday Party. And it was the band at the time in 2003 with some very special guests in Ken Hensley and John Lawton, and it's a fabulous show. So I'll be looking at tomorrow. So have a great day, everyone, and bye for now.